Loretta Lynn was born Loretta Webb in Butcher Holler, Kentucky on April 14, 1932. She was the oldest daughter and second child born to Clara Marie, also known as Clary. She was born May 5, 1912 and died November 24, 1981. And her father, Melvin Theodore Ted Webb, he was born June 6, 1906 and died February the 22nd in 1959. Ted was a coal miner and a subsistence farmer. The family claims Cherokee heritage, but they are not recognized by or members of a tribe. Loretta Lynn was named after the film star Loretta Young. Loretta's father died at the age of 52 from a stroke 4 years after relocating with her mother and younger siblings to Wabash, Indiana. He had also been battling black lung disease at the time of his death. Fun fact, through her matriarchal line, Lynn was distant cousins with country singer Patty Loveless. On January 10, 1948, 15-year-old Loretta Webb married Oliver Vanetta Doolittle Lynn, born August 27, 1926, and died August 22, 1996, better known as Doolittle, Doo, or Mooney. They had met only a month earlier. The Lynns left Kentucky and moved to the logging community of Custer, Washington, when Loretta was 7 months pregnant with the first of their 6 children. The happiness and heartache of her early years of marriage would help to inspire Lynn's songwriting. In 1953, Doolittle bought her a $17 harmony guitar equivalent to $172 in 2021. She taught herself to play the instrument, and over the following 3 years, she worked to improve her guitar playing. With Doolittle's encouragement, she started her own band, Loretta and the Trailblazers, with her brother Jay Lee playing lead guitar. She cut her first record, I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, in February of 1960.
I said, Patsy, I ain't got no way to walk over there. I was quite a ways from her house. She said, there'll be a taxi pick you up in 5 minutes. Well, she had a taxi picking me up in 5 minutes. She had bought me a pair of paints, elastic kind of stretchy paints, and a blouse to go with it. And I'll never forget that. 5 minutes, the taxi picked me up. And I got over there and I went down the steps into the basement where they had their red room. Got down there and this blonde-haired woman was sitting at the bottom of the stairs. I paid no attention to her. I went right on down and was looking for Patsy. Started back up the stairs, and I looked at that woman. I said, do you know where Patsy is? She just reached up and pulled that wig off. She said, yeah, she's sitting right here. She had on a blonde wig. That's the funniest thing. She's pretty feisty.
Loretta Lynn credited Patsy Cline as her mentor and best friend during her early years in music in 2010 when she was interviewed for Jimmy McDonough's biography of Tammy Wynette. Tammy Wynette, tragic country queen. Lynn said of having best friends in Patsy and Tammy during different times, best friends are like husbands. You only need one at a time. It is no secret that Loretta Lynn was very successful in her music and over the years established a huge fan base.
Just why this little lady has become one of the greatest country singers of all time.
Devoted to her fans, Lynn told the editor of Salisbury, Maryland's newspaper the reason she signed hundreds of autographs. These people are my fans. I'll stay here until the very last one wants my autograph. Without these people, I am nobody. I love these people. In 1985, she released her last solo album, and she was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1988. In 1995, Loretta was presented with the Pioneer Award at the 30th Academy of Country Music Awards. In 1996, Lynn's husband, Oliver Vanetta Doolittle Lynn, died 5 days short of his 70th birthday. Over the years, Lynn suffered from various health concerns, including pneumonia, on multiple occasions, and had a broken arm after a fall at home. In May 2017, Lynn had a stroke at her home in Hurricane Mills. She was taken to a Nashville hospital and as a result had to cancel all of her upcoming tour dates. Lynn died in her sleep at her home in Hurricane Mills on October 4th, 2022, at the age of 90. No cause of death was immediately given. She was buried 3 days later on her Hurricane Mills ranch beside her husband, Oliver. Hey my pretties, so this episode of Cooking for the Dead, I'm actually going to talk this time. I think it's like been the past couple of times I've done like a voiceover, just trying to, I tried it, it's good type thing, but I know some of you guys like when I talk, so I'm gonna talk in this one. And if you didn't see in the previous clip before this, we're cheating. I'm so sorry. I wanted to cook the chicken and dumplings, but it's so much going on. Like the movie I told you guys about that I got coming up, I've been preparing for that, and I'm actually using a light panel, just one from that I just had recently purchased for my film. So let you guys let me know how you like the lighting. I think it's fabulous actually. But so with that being said, this is cheating, this is out of the can, but chicken and dumplings is chicken and dumplings. But you know what, homemade chicken and dumplings are way better. I'm just gonna say it's way better. I can cook chicken and dumplings, by the way, so just don't say, I can cook some chicken and dumplings, grandma's recipe. But I'm so crunched with time. I'm just like, let me just pop this can open. Let me just pop this can open and you just pretend I cooked it. But anyways, let's try some chicken and dumplings. I've never had the what is this, Campbell's, or the chunky. I've never had this. So we're about to see. No, this is not, it's good. It's good, okay? No hate on it. It's good, but it's not like homemade chicken and dumplings. I'm so sorry. It's just not. It's nothing like homemade. If you've had homemade chicken and dumplings, you know what I'm talking about, and that is not it. But it's good, and I did it. So there you go. So yeah. So now let's get into telling some stories about Miss Loretta Lynn and her paranormal experiences. Okay, so Loretta Lynn, if you didn't know, she was on, I think she was actually on an episode of Ghost Adventures. Oh my gosh. I think I remember seeing that episode. She has had paranormal experiences in her life. And this right here, I've got my laptop. The Strange Story, Loretta Lynn's Haunted Hurricane Mills Mansion. Or The Strange Story of. I didn't say of, I don't think. So anyways, it says that country music legend Loretta Lynn has always been an open book when it comes to the intrigue surrounding her 19th century house. I would love that house. I would love that house. The Loretta Lynn Ranch is situated in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, a town which she now completely owns. Well, did own. The singer moved into the property with her husband Mooney in the 1960s. Now, just pause this for 1 second. I want to tell you this. So I'm sure everybody has seen Coal Miner's Daughter featuring Sissy Spacek. She played Loretta Lynn. If you have not seen that movie, I highly encourage you to see that movie. That movie, every single time I watch that movie, even doing this story and listening to her interviews and listening to her music, I always go back to speaking really country. And there's one part in that movie, and I won't tell you the whole thing in case you have not seen it, but there's one part where they are building a home, and it's not this one, but but they were building a home, and Mooney, or Do, was kind of like, I don't know, I love their relationship, but he was kind of like grumpy a little bit, and it was something about, she had said something about the how he had everything laid out for the house, and she didn't agree to it, and he was like, oh, he growled, and she was like, oh, come on, Do. She's like, you sound like an old bear or something. You have got to watch that movie. I love when she says, instead of bear, she says bear, and I just love it. You've got to watch it. But anyways, turning back. It should be mentioned that the coal miner's daughter has never been shy when talking about her ties to the paranormal. That's why we love her. She's been frank about her psychic abilities and the numerous ghostly encounters she's experienced. So she's had some. Lynn's 19th century home has been the source of reported ghostly apparitions, strange sightings, and unexplainable noises. Her daughters reported seeing Confederate soldiers in the home multiple times when they were young. Lynn's eldest son also recounted a time when a soldier tried to take his boots off while in the notoriously chilling Brown Room. Interestingly enough, the history of the Hurricane Mills property aligns with these reports. After multiple sightings and unexplained occurrences, Lynn learned that the ranch was the site of a Civil War battle. In fact, 19 Confederate soldiers are said to be buried on the grounds. The country singer herself says she has seen a woman in mourning on the property, both inside the home and in the graveyard. The ghost is said to be Beulah Anderson, who died a century ago from the grief of losing her baby. People who have worked on the property also have tons of stories of unexplained events. It seems to be undisputed that something strange is going on in the home. So, yeah, Loretta Lynn has had some experiences with her mansion that she has. Now, I don't know if there has been any kind of paranormal sightings with Loretta yet. She died in 2022. I'm sure her family has had experiences. I haven't seen any online or found the article yet, but if I do, I'll insert something somewhere. I'll insert something saying I found it and this is what happened. But if not, then I haven't located any kind of article. But I just thought it was interesting because, you know, we're doing Cooking for the Dead with Loretta Lynn, and then on the flip side, I always like to do like a paranormal story, and she actually had experiences, and I'm pretty sure she was featured on Ghost Adventures. So if you want to check that out, try to locate that episode, or you can look it up on YouTube. But yeah, it's really cool, really cool. I love the old plantation houses. I actually wished I could have one so bad. Then I would have so much content because it would be haunted. I would have to make sure it was haunted. But speaking of haunted, I know I've done this before. I've done featured this shirt before. Look, I'm wearing my Get Haunted t-shirt. If you don't know these people, I'm trying to stand up really tall so you can If you have not checked out Get Haunted Paranormally Blonde, I highly encourage you to do so. They are amazing. They're trying to unify the paranormal community, and they actually have a hashtag that is, let me look it up. 1 second. Okay, so on Facebook, if you have a Facebook, I don't really utilize mine that much, but I do know I am friends with Sarah Jane, and she has shared this hashtag called PUP, and it stands for Paranormal Unification Project. It's a community-wide project to help spread ideas, suggestions, and lend support. So, meaning that the paranormal community can sometimes get torn apart because, you know, there's a lot of tension, a lot of competition, and I'm not sure why, because we're all just trying to get the same goal, which is the paranormal. Like, no one has a factual answer. Like, no one has an answer that says this is what this and this and this. That's why we all need to like come together with our ideas, maybe suggest a technique, and just be supportive of everyone that is just trying to go for we're all going for the same goal. It's the same. There should be no competition. Everybody should work together. It should be just this huge thing of paranormal people and working together. And so I don't know, I love what they are doing, the Get Haunted and Paranormally Blonde. They are also they have also added Flumeri, which is a it's an event company. Flumeri is, as well as Get Haunted, and Warner Paranormal Preservation Society, and it seems Explorers Warner Paranormal has band together with Get Haunted and Paranormally Blondes, and all of these are event companies. Which Preservation Society, that sounds like to me they're trying there's different locations that need to be preserved. And if you watched my video of the girl versus boys, every bit of that was just to support that old hospital, because we want to keep these locations alive so that you can go and see. And so anyways, that's what Get Haunted and Paranormally Blonde is doing, and I really love these people. They're just, if you want a good community to be in, with paranormal, where it's positive vibes and all of that, these are the people. And you can trust me because I try to be as positive as I can. I have my paranormal people that I follow, you know, on this side, but then on this side, you know, I have Get Haunted and Paranormally Blonde, and I just can't say enough good things about them and what they're trying to do. So if you would just check them out, please, and show them some support, it would be great. It would be good to see you on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock with Rob and Sarah of Get Haunted and Paranormally Blonde. They go live on Facebook and YouTube at 1 o'clock on Wednesdays. So if you have time, check them out. Also, Paranormally Blonde goes live on Mondays, I believe 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's what that is. On Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I want to say. So please join us if you want to. Share your thoughts. That's what they're for. And yeah, so I know this went to Loretta, to Get Haunted and Paranormal. I just got a lot to say, and I've not spoken in front of the camera in a little bit. But yeah, also I have Patreon, and I'm going to be adding videos that won't be going to YouTube, but I'll be adding them there. So if you want to check that out, you can. If not, it's cool. I may share my film that I'm working on over there. You know, I'm kind of nervous about it, but I'm working hard, and yeah, I hope it turns out really good. So yeah, if you want to check that out, let me know. If I get it edited and I do put it on Patreon, which I'm planning on doing that, I will let you guys know. Hey, it's on Patreon. If you want to check it out, you can. If not, totally fine. But yeah. So until next time, stay sweet, stay smart, stay safe, all of the above. You know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cooking for the Dead with Loretta and Lynn. And yeah, until next time, bye.
When I was born to coal miner's daughter in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler. We were poor, but we had love. That's the one thing that Daddy made sure of.